One brave step can change everything, even if no one sees it yet. The world won't always cheer for your small victories, but that doesn't mean they don't matter. The hardest steps are the ones you take alone, in the quiet with no applause. Those are the moments that shape everything. Take that step anyway, because even if no one sees it now, one day the world will feel its impact. We live in a world that celebrates the grand, the visible, the instantly shareable. We see the big wins, the promotions, the public declarations, the milestones that come with likes, comments, and congratulations. And when we don't have those, it's easy to think our small steps don't matter. Yet here's a truth, the kind of truth that changes lives. One brave step can change everything, even if no one sees it yet. In my experience, I've taken steps that no one noticed. I've made decisions in the quiet, in the dark, in moments of doubt when no one was watching. And at times it felt pointless. I wanted someone to acknowledge how hard it was to say, I see you, I see what you're trying to do, and no one did. And yet, those steps, those tiny, unseen acts of courage, they built me. They became the foundation for everything that followed. Because real change, it didn't start with the fireworks. It starts with a whisper, with a choice, with one brave step forward. Even if it's messy and even if it's uncertain, even if no one is clapping yet. Here's some truths. Unseen efforts matter. The world might not celebrate your small steps, yet they are the building blocks of your transformation. Solitude shapes strength. The courage you find in the quiet when no one is watching is the kind of courage that lasts. And change begins in silence. The most powerful shifts aren't always visible at first. And one day, those small steps will echo forever. Let me offer you some new insight that I've learned, and hopefully it can help you change the way you see your small steps. Think of the psychology of small wins. There are studies that show recognizing and valuing your own progress builds long-term motivation, even without external validation. The power of intrinsic motivation. When you move forward for yourself, not for applause, your growth becomes unstoppable. And the quiet revolution. History is filled with people who made silent, unseen choices that later changed everything. They didn't wait for permission, they just took the step. What if the most powerful moments of your life weren't the loud ones? What if the ones where you move forward when no one was watching? What if your quiet courage was the true measure of your strength? And what if your next step, no matter how small, was already shaping your future? So, acknowledge your bravery. Give yourself credit. Every time you push through doubt, every time you choose to keep going, celebrate that. Embrace the quiet. Your journey doesn't need an audience. Find peace in knowing that you're growing, even if no one sees it yet. Trust the process. Every step, even the unseen ones, are leading somewhere bigger. Trust that. And cultivate self-validation. You don't need permission to be proud of yourself. Be your own loudest cheerleader. So, here's what I'm going to give you to take away. Don't wait for the world to notice. Take that step anyway, even if no one sees it. Even if no one understands it yet. because those quiet, courageous moments, they are rewriting your story, one unseen, unstoppable, brave step at a time. And if this message, if this story spoke to you, then send it to someone who needs to hear it, because sometimes all we need to keep going is a reminder that our steps matter. The world may not see the step you take today, yet one day everything you've built in silence will speak for itself.